And welcome back, welcome back. We're about to get into our second segment for this morning. It's a fun Friday, by the way. Speaking of fun Friday, juggling in Belize, that's the industry. We've got with us Omar Arzu of Cloud9 Sounds. I know Omar Arzu. And then, of course, we've got DJ Dalla. Everybody know you guys, man. You guys are so popular, no? You're like grass.
We are like Pat Liquor now.
Probably that too. But guys, one of the things that a lot of folks are trying to branch off into, especially for the younger population, is being a DJ. We've seen from the records or LPs to the cassettes, CDs. Now, God knows what it is. What's going on? DJs in Belize, juggling in Belize. Talk to us about it, guys.
Let's start off with your own histories. How long you've been doing it?
For me? You really want to know that?
Flintstone days, it used to be.
They will have people who remember what you tried.
Before Jesus come. I have about 28 years in the business.
Wow.
And I actually started, my uncle Jerry Lee used to have a record shop on Race Course Street way back. And we have bloodlines in terms of having music in the family. My uncle used to have music box, both cousin and uncle. So from basically then I was at Wesley College at 13 and playing for my school dance and school fair, and then I started actually, so it's been a while, man.
And from that time, because one of the punchlines for a DJ is actually the name, you're Dalla.
Dalla.
Yeah.
Well, the Dalla name, I'll be honest with you, that Dalla name come about when I used to attend Wesley College. My dad used to give me like $5 a day for eat. Back then I had Dalla chicken.
Yeah.
So I used to save my money and come home and buy Dalla chicken for the whole block. So they used to call me Dalla Fowl, Dalla Bag, Dalla Beef, Dalla anything. And eventually
the Dalla stick.
Come up and the Dalla stick. So that name come about.
You know, it reminds me of last week.
Let's get his story.
Well, I'm in it for like a bit over 25 years. I got into music basically because of my uncle, and he played guitar with Glenn Booth back in the days. So I would sneak into his room, and he also collected records, him and my dad. So that's when I started just fooling around with the record player, and then one thing led to another. We moved from Belize City to Belmopan. So I'm based in Belmopan. And I just started picking it up, and back and forth I would catch the bus and come to Belize and go to Stone Jam, buy records, go back, practice, and that's how I got into it.
Yeah. Now, over 20 years ago, you guys are DJs before people really understood how important this industry would be for us. And I love that you talked, and John was mentioning about, we started off with listening to cassettes, you know, and the DJs used records at the time. And I think the first exposure a lot of people got was through radio, and then people started to see you at events. Let's just talk about what it's like for you to look at where this industry started to where it is today.
You go ahead.
Well, to be honest, it has come a long way, because we've gone from where you're saying we're dealing with cassettes. And Dalla could tell you more about cassettes because he used to DJ on cassettes. And then we went to obviously records, and then we went to CDs, and now we're dealing with things like digital vinyl and digital CDs, whereby everybody has a laptop now. When you come to events, you're seeing people with laptops, and all the music you used to carry a cassette case, you used to carry a CD case, you used to carry records in crates, because I remember where the old Planet Hollywood was, I used to have to back like about 4 or 5 crates of records up there. And the beauty about it was that you were novel in that you would take your time and go to shops and look for records. I would go to New York and go to Beach Street Records. People don't even know about that. It's an underground place that you go, and it's just thousands of DJs in a basement just searching through vinyl and listening, and then I bring it back to Belize, and you're the only one with that.
Yeah.
But now,
so you could have had your own unique.
Yeah, your own unique song, and you could carve your niche. But now everybody has access to the music in this digital age, and so it's even more incumbent on the DJ to differentiate yourself from everybody else who is in the industry. So there are some pros and there are some cons. The con is obviously that everybody has access to the resources, but the pro is you can put your little flavor on it and do your thing.
Yeah, you can put yourself apart by your own skill. Tell us about what it was like to DJ with cassettes.
I mean,
You know, there's actually a population of people watching right now who don't know what cassettes
It is, yes.
cassette.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
we must admit that.
It's hard because, for instance, if you have, say you have Tiny Whiny on one side of the cassette, and on the flip side of the cassette, you have Ereba. Yeah. And you're in our dance and you want to play the two of them.
Yeah.
We literally used to carry pencil. I used to put the pencil on your
Yeah.
meanwhile the song they play and your tone, and you have to, for you get it that the exact part where you want to cue it from.
Yeah.
So I used to have a touch where I used to just like one. I mean, it may become normal for me.
Yeah.
Rewind.
Yeah, rewind and play, rewind and play, rewind and play, rewind and play. So I
And
used
that
to
sound like
actually
you may
look.
mix, yeah.
Yes, it actually was mixing. You understand? Like if you just say, let me party, let me party, let me party. I just stay with that pan rhythm. And so it may
Until the cassette grab.
yeah, until the cassette. And then you had the party cassette grab, as Marlene say, and you have to came out. So we used to work with nail polish, because you got nail polish too, and you put
When
your
you bust it.
bust and you stick it and you hope that it dry. Especially men, I mean, the era, man, I mean, it changed. And
Yeah.
it may really hard, I mean, for us DJ. So like, I mean, for me, I will never say like, okay, I regret having that experience from cassette growing up. These DJs today are just like he said, digital, and anybody could play. You know, understand? But
So tell me something, because being a radio announcer over the past few years, they would consider me to be a radio DJ. Who is considered a DJ? How can one get the name DJ? You play one music. I'm hanging along with DJ Dalla with Cloud9, and random. That's just John, and I get on the action there, and just, am I a DJ?
you're a DJ.
There and then.
There and then you're a DJ. But there's a difference between a DJ and a selector.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we carry the name DJ or so because it's just the industry. But a selector is somebody that knows to select music, watch your crowd, feel your crowd, know that that time to change music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crowd know to feel it. You understand? You have to know when to move, and that is a selector that know to select music, and that's the advantage that we have, because a lot of these young DJ, and I'm not knocking on any of them, but if you go and say, play for a 60th party, play for a wedding, play for an anniversary or 50th anniversary, they don't know how can you play certain music if you don't know it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the skill or the talent that is involved in being a DJ, knowing your audience and knowing the energy level that you'll get at certain times. Tell us, without giving out too much of your secrets, of course, tell us what you do when you go to a party and you're trying to figure out your crowd.
Well, first
Do
of
you
all,
want to keep them hyped up the whole while?
no, everything is like we go to parties and Dalla knows this. Is like we'll put you in a little, let you get into what's going on. So let's say we're at a party, and you also have to work with the people that own the establishment. So you have a bar. They want to make money. So there's a way to get the crowd up, and then you bring them down so that they go to the bar and they come back. But there's
So
an
you get them
art to
thirsty
that.
to go buy drinks.
Yeah, there's an art to that. It's not just going hard all night, because if you're going hard all night, John doesn't want to come off the dance floor.
Yeah.
And so the bar doesn't
make
sell.
money.
The guy is like, he's happy because a lot of people are there, yes, but I'm not making money from my bar. So you have to be able to strike that happy medium.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so you do that whereby when you do a switch over of different DJs, that is one portion where you can use, so you know, everything calm down because you're doing a switch over, you might stop the music talk, so you go to the bar, and then of course you transition from maybe we play on pop, and then eventually you're winding down, you go soca, and you go slower to some dancehall, and you go slower to reggae, and then you see people start, you know, but it's just a transition of the music.
One of the biggest complaints for artists in Belize is population, where we don't have the population to eventually support our music. And I wanted to jump to, how can being a DJ in Belize be profitable to you?
A DJ to an artist?
No, DJing on a whole, because artists are saying, you know what, it makes sense I sing the Belize, we're not making any money, and this is because there's only 300,000 people in Belize, so it's not everybody that will flock to what we're doing. But for DJs, is it profitable?
DJ is a business. DJ is not a hobby, as most people would say. I mean, we take our craft very serious. I mean, we go, like, for me, when I go to an event, I make sure my attire as well. I make sure that, you know, I am there on time. I am there half an hour, an hour before I go on sound check, that my I don't have any equipment problems. And so, but I mean, it's a business for us. I mean, you take it as a business. I mean, some events you go, you don't mingle with the guests. You have to be a professional, and DJ is a business, it's not a hobby.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we, especially through this medium, we have to partake to the younger crowd, because they need to understand at the end of the day, we are all representative of one another, immaterial of what you might think. But it's a business, like Dalla says, and when you come to certain events, people take it for granted just to pick up the phone and call somebody that has booked you and say, hey, what's the color scheme for the party? You want to be able to fit in. You can't. They're doing a party that is lilac and you come in a lime green. Like you stand up. So
Who you so?
Who you? So little things like that goes a long way. And people remember you for that, and also obviously they remember you for how you play at the event. So you do the necessary research. If you have to spend your money to buy music, I've done that millions of times, where people request certain songs that are like way out there, but I make it my business to go research it and buy the music. And so when you go and play it for them, then they appreciate your service more, and they're gonna call you back.
One of the things I find interesting about your industry is how you have not only helped in developing the taste of music for Belizeans, but you've also seen it grow along the years. What's been perhaps your journey in looking at how Belizeans move from certain types of music, diversifying now? I'll give you the example of soca. We used to only hear soca and the same Byron Lee. And I love Byron Lee, don't get me wrong. But every single September, August, September maybe, and now it's everywhere all year long. But talk to me about the evolution of musical taste of Belizeans.
That Dalla and myself, it's not to toot horns or anything like that, but the soca thing is between myself, Dalla, and Special at the time. Because I went to LA basically for like a course, and I was out there, and he, Special, hooked up with me and said, hey, I have access to bring Michelle. And so that was when we started the first soca and jazz festival. And I said, hey, I'll just tinker with doing mixtapes, like soca mixtapes with all the latest stuff, and I start putting it out there, and I noticed like people listening to it, and then Dalla has his top 10 show, and he started like putting some of the videos as number 1 and number 2, and then the DJ started like coming around and playing the music. But it was like a conscious effort on our part to do that, like play the music. And even now, I have a radio show, and I make it a point to play soca every time, because it's a feel-good music. It's something that we can assimilate with and we understand, and it's from the Caribbean. So it's only right that we play it. We're not negating our Belizean music, because our Belizean music has come a long way. A long way in terms of the artists' production, the quality of songs that are coming out, and a lot of the artists now are reaching out to myself and Dalla. Like, they would give us a song before they even release it, so that we can go over it and we can say, hey, you can collaborate with that artist. I would like you to change that, this riff, that in the song. And
Super G is one of them who do that a lot. Like he would hear this, listen to this, we'll think. I would say, boy, well, I would feel like maybe if you put that verse before that verse, or you take the chorus and you add on each, you want to get one lead vibe, and I mean, like partying, saying, he could tell you that song was so big, he send it to you and feel it out, and well, yo, this is an instant hit. And I mean, I must say, as you know, Omar said, like, our Belizean artists come a long way. I mean, and I think because of social media and the internet, it's global now. Anybody could hear your music now, so there's no excuse for an artist to say, oh, my music can't reach, or it can't reach, or I don't have the opportunity to showcase it, because it can. And my thing is to the artist name, what I always say is that if you, John, you're an artist and you bring out a song when they make we dance, that like, you pick and say, all right, I want to pick Motion, Alfred, Dalla, Omar, the DJs, and on the radio, and you make a dub plate with it, with their name in there. We like hear that. We want plate, and anything when you play a lot, want to become popular. If Marley sing a song, and we know Marley can't sing, and we can make that one hit. What we DJs can make a hit.
But and I'm glad that you said that, because I think there has been a continuous challenge for Belizean artists about getting their music out, but it has changed. I mean, you go somewhere and they put on a Tanya Carter, a Super G. People get excited to get on the dance floor. So we definitely see where the Belizeans appreciate it as well, and I know it's a symbiotic relationship. You have to put it out so they can hear it, then they start to like it. But going back to one of the things I was talking about, the evolution of music and even the role of DJs, you know, a lot of people criticize DJs as well, and there's one common complaint that you always hear. Do you want to guess what that is?
Talk on the mic.
You talk too much. Tell us, why is it necessary? And I'm not blaming you. I think there has to be some kind of talking in there as well, but there are some who overdo it. We know that as well. But tell us a bit about that aspect.
Personally, because I had one person who talk a lot on the mic, but I pick words. I am guilty in a some way when I was a younger DJ. But now, like, I talk on the mic, but my talk on the mic, I not just say, no. My talk on the mic is, yes, and I introduce a song. Like if you play like Ex-Boyfriend, my introduction to that would be like, shout out to all my ladies who know that, you know, you have an ex-boyfriend, but you move on, there's other fishes in the sea, and that will be my introduction to that song. So when that song come in, my ex-wife, the crowd will erupt because it's a proper introduction. It's not, you know, it's how you talk. And
Okay, one of the things, because DJing on a whole is a part of show business, and they always say behind a strong man, there's a strong woman, which simply means family. How is this for family people who, because this is a night thing. Most of the time,
hold on. No, but because I stuck on this behind the woman behind the man thing, right? Because we got female DJs in this. Well, first of all, strong man, strong woman next to them. Secondly, there are also female DJs who are very relevant and very popular as well.
Like Linda.
Linda Belize is one of them, Lady X. What is this like for the family?
It's hard, but I want to
No, and the reason why I'm asking this is because there are a lot of people who want to do it. It's a part of show business. They see it as profitable, but we need to get on par when it comes to dealing with your family.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a work in progress. You understand? So you have to sit down with your partner, and they need to understand who you are. And I've always had this discussion with my wife. Like it's a calling. It's something that is in you, and you always want to do it. And so if you start telling me I can't do it, you can't do it, then you get miserable, and then stuff happens. So you have to be able to level with your partner and let them understand what you're doing, your schedule. They have to be in tune with your schedule. So you have to be saying, hey, I got this to do, I got that to do. And then write it in, pencil it in, email back and forth, so that she knows, all right, remember we have to go here, and then you have to know you can't take a date then, and it's very hard. It's hard.
And quickly to add to that, it's not only with all the being you're busy, you're here, you're there, and every event, it has to do with your popularity, has to do with
your relevance.
The ladies flocking. You understand? Because
it's part of the job.
Yeah, part of the job. You always have, when you go to have 15, 20 ladies will like see you, and you might not know, but that get back to your other half ears and be like, oh, Marlene likes say Dalla, or Marlene likes say, that's a username. Because
I know you're gonna have a safe name for you to use.
So, you know, it's that. And so there's a lot of things behind it. You're going out, the trust is important, but it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah. Now, what are some of the other, you know, we joked before we went on here that these days everybody call themselves DJs, and it has become easier with technology because you have apps you can download, you get a computer, and some of the equipment is a lot more affordable than it used to be. How do you continue to set yourself apart? Obviously, the length of time that you've been in the industry, you've already established yourself, but when you have so many new DJs coming out, how do you keep yourself relevant?
Well, it's all about branding yourself and marketing yourself at the end of the day. And changing like a chameleon every day because the environment changed, so you have to change with the environment. And so, like you see in Dalla's case, he has his Fiesta room. You're trying to diversify yourself into different portfolios. So it's not only the DJ thing. We're doing DJ Cell Ambassador. We're working closely with Belly King on stuff. So it's those people see what you bring to the table, and then it becomes a part of your business as well. So it's all about being relevant. You have to be relevant to the time, no matter the age. Because I know some old DJs, very old, like Jazzy Jeff, who is one of the biggest DJs known on the face of the earth, and he has stood the test of time. Because he has diversified. And technology, he's not shy from technology. He embraces the technology, and hence he's still on top.
Yeah, because you may have young DJs ranging from 18 to 30 right now. We have a lot of them we're good. But that no means that because we're older DJs, Stone Jam all away, we could get in at the dance and do exactly the same thing. We could do like exactly the same thing. So it's just like I said, staying relevant, staying with the time, you know, and keep yourself popular.
What are you guys doing for the younger population out there? Because one of the things I noticed about you guys, especially for the older DJs, you try to set an example to these young DJs, and rather than them branching out and try to sound like somebody else, what are the most frequently asked questions to you, the more seasoned DJs, by the younger ones?
Well, one of the question that always comes to me in terms of where people be like, yo, why people, the DJs, they act like they're not Jamaican. Like what they say, they talk on the mic like Jamaican rather than you talk. Like for me, I talk broad Creole on the mic. And you know, you understand it. But a lot of them are like, yo, where go on? Yo, this one. And it's honestly, and you have to stay you. You must always stay you.
And looking, do you have a mentorship type of relationship with the younger DJs? Do you identify younger DJs that you see with talent and maybe work with them a bit?
Yeah, I've had a couple of DJs that I've brought underneath my wing and helped them along the way and let them understand. But just to go back to your question, one of the questions that comes to me is I'm a person that always buying equipment. So they always call me and say, hey, I want to buy this. And I would buy it, go through all the features, and I have like a little WhatsApp group that I talk with some of them, and if the new software comes out, I do my tests, and then we start trading information. Did this happen to you? This is how I fixed this is how I went around that, stuff like that. So that's how we deal with them, and as they come along, they will ask you questions, and we're not shy to bring them in on our experiences because we don't want them to reinvent the wheel, you know. We already take that turn, we don't want to make them reinvent it again.
From your opinion, what makes someone a good DJ?
Their selection of music. That's the key, their selection of music. Like I say, I mean, depends on how you select. Depending, if you give me one party where like one 50th birthday, or you give me one Sweet 16, one Quinceaños, and you can perform and deliver at every one of them party. That, like I say, stand out. You're a selector. The DJ name is just the industry, you're a DJ. But that's a good selector that can select for any event. If you want, I could play one music right off phone right now, and boy, the DJ select one nice music for the mood.
So what's the song for this moment right now?
The Open Your Eyes theme song.
Good call.
We have a good, excellent DJ with us.
All right, I know, and we have joining us at this time, Fada Stone Jam Hyde. That's a name that stands on its own.
Everybody knows Fada Stone. I'll give you a quick thing about Stone. There was this one time being back home in PG, and I mentioned, we were talking about DJs, and I mentioned, oh, Stone, my friend, that your friend, Stone Jam. You see, one of the things about you, Stone, is that you hold, you're this household name now. You are not just anybody out there. You are Stone Jam. How did you get to this?
Well, it takes a lot of years and an excellent job every time. That's the most important thing. It's like what Dalla said and Omar said, is your name is your name, but it's the job you do. And every time you go to an event, whenever the event is completed, you want to know that everybody enjoyed themselves.
How long have you been in the industry? The guys already gave the time. Don't feel bad, right?
I'm about 37.
All right.
Macaroni and cheese. Hola, man.
That's right.
I've been around.
Now, you have taken on a new role in the industry as well, and we now know that you take on younger DJs to work with you. How do you select the DJs that you want to use your name and brand?
That's a very, very, very important thing, because it's like every day or every week somebody send me a inbox and say, Stone, I want to get on your song. But it takes a little talent. You have to have a talent. So somebody could send me an invitation that they want to join Stone Jam. I would say, well, come in, let me see what you have, and I would listen to them. And if I think that they need a little more work, I say, listen, for compound Stone Jam, you have to put in a little work, because once you come there, you have to be at a certain level.
Yeah.
We have an expectation. People have an expectation when you hear Stone Jam is coming to do it's an expectation.
Yeah.
And because I sit back now as a manager and I send out my younger team, people have the same expectation. It's like
when they hear Stone Jam, they have an
yes,
expectation.
they have an expectation.
Yeah.
It's a brand.
Stone, let me pick your mind a little here. From where you were all the way back for the 37 years. Talk to us about the transition you've seen within the DJ industry.
It comes to a good place, but it comes to a bad place too. The fun, and Omar know it. I don't sure if Dalla knows it, because me and Omar, we've been spinning the vinyl, the records. And the challenge and the fun about it was when you get a record, and you know that for someone to get this record, they have to either send to Jamaica or send to New York or send to the US somehow to get it. You will be with that song for a couple months, so you have that hit song that everybody wants. And like Dalla said, the only way the general public or the other DJs used to have it, if they purchase it on a cassette. That's the only way they have it. But once you have it on a vinyl.
So when you hear he used to get the record shack, you say, oh no, everybody got it now.
He made an excellent point, because that's a true statement. And I remember roller skates, Bird's-Eye, Hot this year. Only he had the record. And he played Hot this year. What them I go do?
And everybody still love that song.
Stone Jam play Hot this year must be about 5 hours for a roller skate. So we have 3 hours. But I mean, everybody Hot this year, Hot this year, Hot this year, Hot this year, me Hot that year. And I must say, I'm the only man who got the record. And I got and beg on 2 times. I put on a spot, put it on cassette for me, no man. It's come back Wednesday, man. Come back Friday, man.
And you know you had gold. You never make it when
That was the fun about the business. You go to the record store in the States or in Jamaica, and you buy a stack of record, and when you come back now, only you could play certain music for a period of time. Now, it is in a good place right now, because the computer makes the business. What I mean by good, it means that I could go to an event, and when I get to the event now, man, a lot of old folks there, but a lot of young folks. Back in the days when you go in an event, you have to pick out your records where you don't care. And so when you get an event and you never have a stack for old folks now, they turn up at the party, then vex because you're not playing nothing for them. Now with this laptop, it gives you the option now that when you travel, you have everything with you. So you have the flexibility.
So now your internet, you download
Right there.
That like somebody asks for a song and you don't have it, right there, bam, bam, bam.
But you still look for new music too, don't you? I mean, you try to find what's your. How do you go about to find songs before they get big in Belize?
I think the charts plays a big role. Worldwide charts, you're looking at the urban charts in Europe, you're looking at Africa, you're looking at Australia, you're looking all over the place, because that's what a DJ does. It's not just going into a venue and playing. You have to study your music, and this is a craft and this is a business. So you deal with it that way. When you're looking for a new product to sell somebody, you have to research that product to ensure that the people will buy the product. So that's what we do. All good DJs do good research.
And then we're a part of several record pool. And so record pool every day, 500 songs come out
like
every day. And
So
so we would sometimes the hit were over there, sometimes things the hit here, we know the hit over there. So we would find a song Like that song we said, my girl, just back it up, back it up, back. That wasn't a hit.
You kidding?
That wasn't a hit. And we actually took that song because we were bringing Kerwin. And we started to play that song, play that song, play that song, play that song, play. And it became a hit. So we can make...
The DJs make it.
How do you feel out what Belizeans are gonna like? Like what tempo or what kind of music?
Well, it's not that you feel what Belizean like. As a DJ, you're a hit maker. You make hits.
Exactly.
You listen to a song and I like the beat. I like the story behind it, and you start to push it.
So if we hear it enough, we're gonna like it.
Exactly. It's just like what they do in the US.
It is true.
When you listen to a radio station, you hear a song play 5-6 times for the day, 10 times for the day,
Yeah.
because they push
And you
that
say,
song.
I hate this song, but I start singing.
I
Yeah.
call it the Pied Piper syndrome. Blow that flute,
Blow that flute and
they
people
follow you
start
all
move.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
All right, and the evolution, I mean, you have the online radios. You still have where people want mixes, they download mixes. You have the radio and the TV, and you still have the dance. What's your preference out of all of them? No, but which one do you really enjoy doing the most?
dance.
The dance. Yeah, the dance.
That interacting with people and it's not like in our live dance where you have a live audience
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then they feel you and then they come hold one drink and
Yeah.
money pull up that song there for
pull
me
up
and they
that
throw $50 after you and it's like tip, you're getting tip.
Yeah.
We, in our world we call it money pull up. So it's not like in our dance and you watch Marlene face and jam it. And Marlene in like thing and have out there. And it, you know, it give you one good feeling
Yeah.
inside, honestly.
When you see the reaction
Yeah.
from people.
Yeah.
And how much has the dance scene in Belize changed? You get
A
to
lot.
see that as well.
Well, a lot.
People are enjoying themselves more, less. What's
I
your
think
analysis of it?
My problem right now with the dance, and I don't go as much as I used to, because most of the time it's my younger DJ goes now. But my problem with the dance is that this young generation, as they come to the dance, they want the hit tune right away.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't build the dance.
Yes,
Yeah, they build. They
back in the
party
days,
build, yeah.
what you used to do is that the crowd come in, you play a nice vibe so people could drink and the talk.
Yeah, you
and-
develop a
until-
flow.
Yes, until the club builds, and when the club builds, then the party turns. So you have the party, you have you raise the party at certain level, at certain
Yeah,
time,
you
you
control
control
it.
it.
And then at the end of the dance, you would play.
Soul.
They still play
They still
soul?
play soul?
No.
Because
I was trying to explain to somebody the other day that at my school dances we used to have souls. Now they don't
Exactly.
even know
They
what
don't
souls
know that
is.
because they don't know. It's like
Yeah.
it gets kind of phased out, and DJs like ourselves, we try it from time to time, but like the younger generation just don't want to accept it. Like they just want that constant bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang whole night.
Listen, I have an event that I do at Bird's Isle once a month, and it's like a grown folks thing. It's more for the head of the house. And when you come to the event, we make sure we play souls.
Yeah.
They look forward for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Look forward for that. So
Excellent.
we still try to do that.
Well, I
But like Omar and Dalla said, for the young generation, they don't even know what is soul. They only
It's
listen
true.
to it because they like it, but to dance it, they don't know how to dance
They don't
it.
even know how to dance it.
It is true. Now, what's the future of DJing in Belize, do you think?
I make jam talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
It's a tough one.
There-
Yeah,
there's
it's a
so
tough
many.
one.
There's so many people that are interested. The,
Let-
the
let-
market is literally saturated.
Yeah, let me explain something to you. Back in the days when I've been doing this, DJ used to get paid. I mean paid, we used to get paid good. Now, because like you said, it's saturated, it's difficult to get paid.
Okay.
It's very, very difficult. It's very-
So you have to stand out.
Because what happened is, I called Dalla, yo, how much you want? Me 500. Called John. John said, no man, I'll do that for 200 for your trip.
Yeah.
Yo,
And
oh,
somebody
okay.
who's
And
just
it's all about
getting
juggling
started
music,
on take
yeah.
less than that.
Yeah,
$50 are free.
Yeah, free. And
Yeah.
Just to
so-
try to get
Yeah.
their
Just to
names
try
out
to
there.
get, but I mean, I don't make that hamper my progress. I charge. I know
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
the
exactly.
you want
Yeah.
me on the
Exactly.
ticket. I want that at my price,
Yeah.
final, you know?
Yeah, but you have clients that understand the work.
Yeah.
And they understand what Stone brings to the table, what I bring to the table, what Dalla brings to the table. So when you give them that figure, they're not bargaining with you. They already know the minute they pick up the phone, they know why they pick up the phone and
Yeah,
call you.
call you.
So those are the people that we
Like-
honor, respect, and we go and do good
I
work
mean,
for them.
quickly, I played at several events whereby it's not really even a dance. It's just, they just want to say, boy, I just have Dalla on my thing. Just his presence
Yeah.
and having him on the invitation or Cloud9 or Stone Jam,
Yeah.
that's a significant for them and people, boy, and then boy, have high drinks and
Yeah.
have this DJ and
Dalla the day.
yeah, just that, you know.
And they know they'll get good music.
Good music.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And final advice to young people who are watching who have aspirations to be a DJ.
Work hard at your craft. That's it.
Yeah. Work hard, do the work, do the workouts, do the research, and look at other people who are in the industry like yourself and try to take something from this one and something to make you. All right?
It's not an overnight success. It takes a lot of work and sacrifice. You have to give up certain things.
Yeah.
And that's what the young DJ come and they figure once they get on a radio station, they
That's
are the
it,
thing.
yeah.
It's not that. You could be good on the radio, but when you go to an event, it's a total different. Remember when you're on the radio, you're playing for people to listen.
Yeah.
When you're at an event, you're playing for people to dance.
Yes.
And that's totally different.
That is true. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here this morning. This has been a very interesting conversation.
Extremely.
Understanding a bit about how this industry has grown and what makes you guys stand out. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just when you thought that, you know what, Fun Friday wouldn't get better, let me remind you, we have got the beauty ambassador in the studio, fashion model and beauty ambassador Joy Jai is with us, and we'll talk to her coming up in just a few.